Hello, and welcome to Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. I'm Gloria.
And I'm Rosetta. And thank you everyone for joining us today. And before we begin our chats, don't forget, we'd love for you to subscribe to our channel below. And hit that bell button so that you'll be on top of all our chats. And thank you again for joining us. And today, what are we drinking, Gloria, for our tea?
Today, we are trying, we enjoyed the Tulsi Rose tea so much, we decided to try another brand of Tulsi to see the comparison.
Well, I got this at the shop, and I was so excited because it said Tulsi, and it was organic.
Yes.
However, when I came in today, I looked at the other box that we had, and it looked different. The Tulsi font was different, and it was slightly different. So we'll see what the difference is, right?
So this is Davidson's organic Tulsi tea. It is, what I love about Davidson's is that it says, we grow our teas, we import our teas, we blend our tea, and we package our tea. So they do it all themselves. The ingredients are Tulsi, organic chamomile, organic rosehip, organic lemon myrtle, organic orange peel, and organic lemon peel. So it should be quite delicious.
Yes. So shall we try it? We've had it seeping for a little bit.
Yes.
The color is nice and dark now.
Yes, just the way we like it.
So we'll try it. All right.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, it's actually very good.
See?
Wow, I can actually taste, like, did it say orange and lemon peel?
Yes.
You can taste that in there. You can taste the chamomile.
Mm-hmm.
Quite delightful.
Very good. Nice surprise. I love it when we get a nice surprise.
Yeah. I keep looking at the back because Good Earth has those little the proverbs and sayings, and I'm looking back
loving sayings.
Oh, this doesn't have it.
Yes. So, okay, everybody's talking about this, so we might as well just knock it out so we'll be done with it too. Kylie Jenner had her baby at her office, and she went in to wake the baby up. And all she did was say, rise and shine.
Rise and shine. She did a little kind of like, made it kind of musical.
Yeah, she picks her baby up. She walks her baby back into the office. The next thing I hear is that everybody is hashtag rise and shine, to the point that Miley Cyrus is pulling her hair back in a bun, and she goes, rise and shine.
She's singing the rise and shine. It's like a jingle now.
Yeah, so now it's a little jingle.
Internet sensation now.
Well, let me tell you something. You talk about brilliant. This was brilliant because my friend brought it up to show it to me, and now it is a full-fledged video, which we will put the links in.
It's the official Rise and Shine video. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
3 words. She was just singing it to wake her child up, her daughter up, and all of a sudden it has its own official music video.
Yeah, and the thing that I think there's going to be a little bit more to it because they've already got 1 million hits. In the video, the official, she's constantly putting on her lipstick,
her lip gloss.
Yeah, she's changing colors. So brilliant. Who would have thought rise and shine would make
And it's something you'll never forget because there's only 3 words in that song. So you'll be able to sing that song all day long.
Yes.
Rise and shine. Yes. That's all you need to know.
You know, I heard like Ariana Grande, Selena Gomez. They're all like, oh, we're going to have to sample that in our next song. So you're going to hear a lot about rise and shine. You heard it here first.
And we'll actually put that video down below so you can watch it. We'll put the original one when she goes and wakes up her baby, and we'll also upload her official music video.
Yes, her rise and shine in her convertible car. Looks like she's out in the desert.
Yeah, she has the blonde hair.
Yes, she's doing blonde that day. I love it. So, as you all know, we live in Northern California, and first and foremost, our thoughts and prayers go out to the people of Texas. We are so very, very, very sorry for your devastation. The tornadoes have just been unheard of. I mean, they were enjoying a football game, and then the next thing they knew, it was just utter chaos, wind strong enough to throw cars around.
Yes, so, but luckily there was no fatalities.
Luckily. Yes. Well, a lot of people don't know, but if you're around a tornado or you hear the winds, you're supposed to, and I learned this because I'm from Louisiana, you get in the bathtub and because it's one of the lowest surfaces in your home, and you put blankets or pillows and you just hunker down and just ride it out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've seen that in movies.
Yeah. So, if you don't happen to have an underground room, a lot of them build these little storm rooms.
Right,
and they lock themselves underground.
Yeah.
I've never wanted to be buried, so that wasn't my thing.
I would kind of claustrophobic.
Yeah, I would just get in the bathtub and scream a little bit, but So our thoughts are with you. And here in Northern California and Southern California, we are battling fire season. And the devastation comes to us because right now, Santa Ana winds are in Los Angeles. If you've never been in LA during this time of the year, it is very scary. Because one time I was down there for an event, and I got out the car and I stood and I felt myself lifting off the ground. I had to hold.
That was the wind?
That was the wind. I had to hold the doorknob of the car until the wind subsided before we were able to walk.
Yeah, because that combination with the high heats.
Yes. That's what they're very concerned about. However, I don't understand the strategy of PG&E Northern California because they're turning off power grids that are not in a high fire danger. So they started yesterday telling all of us, well, get ready because Wednesday, Thursday, they're expecting us to hit like 80 degrees heat.
I think tomorrow's Thursday, right? No, Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah.
Well, it's supposed to hit like 90, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, so they're saying it's going to get hot. We are going to have some wind, and if it's hot with winds, they're going to cut the power. So people are already being forewarned. There's a high possibility they're going to do that. I was listening to KGO Radio, channel 810 AM. I was listening to Chip. I love him. Yeah, he's so cute. We'll put the link down below. And yesterday, Chip was talking about, where he lives, he expects them to cut the power. However, there were places that they were cutting the power and he just didn't understand. And he made a comment. He said, why in 2019 can't we build homes that are more sturdy? Well, a friend of mine, his name is Andy Radowick, and Andy is a construction. His company is called Call Me Construction. He's so cute. He goes, put a wall up, take a wall down. I can do it all.
I know Andy.
Yes.
Andy, yes.
So Andy was telling us about this process, and please forgive me if I get it wrong. It's either straw bale construction or it is bale construction. But what it is, it's this dense composition of straw. And what it does is it's so thick, wind, air, oxygen cannot penetrate. You cannot have fire without wind, oxygen. So if you're able to block that, you could have construction that would allow us to be in a fire area and not lose our home.
That would be, so you're talking about having that in between the walls or something.
Those are the walls.
Those are the walls.
They put that, and then some people leave it in raw form if they want rustic, or you could put stucco around. And Andy, one time he gave a presentation and he showed pictures of people up in Santa Rosa. Remember, last year when there were places where, like, say people added an extension, like they did a man cave or a back patio.
Right, sure.
And it was made out with this straw bale construction. It was there. The house was gone. This room was still there.
Was still standing.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we know that this works. So, we'll put a link down below if you're interested, and you can always reach out.
I'm surprised why more construction companies haven't come forward and thought of this. I mean, sure, he can't be the only one that thinks about this.
You would think.
You would think.
Yeah. So I suggested that he call Chip and just say, hey, dude, I know how to do this construction, because here in Northern California, and I'm sure it's probably all over the world, condos are being built left and right so fast. I mean, you drive by one day, you might see the foundation, the cement. However, you go back a week later
and it's already up.
Yes, and that makes me nervous because number one, what kind of construction are you doing? It sounds like they're bringing in already prefab and then just putting it together
to make the process move faster.
Yes. Yeah. However, like us, we're an earthquake country. You have to be careful when you do construction. So PG&E, we don't understand. It would be really awesome if you could explain yourself a little bit better, because a person yesterday said something that was brilliant. He said, it's not like we can just unplug PG&E and go to an alternative source.
Right.
Because you're our source. So if you're the source, and turning people's power off for 5 days, they lose their food, their comfort.
Everything.
Everything.
Yeah, everything. Your whole life is completely turned upside down.
Yes.
Yeah.
My sister lives in Santa Clara, and I tell her at least once a day she is very lucky because Santa Clara has its own power. They do not have PG&E. And, everybody's talking about breaking up some of these big mega companies. Maybe somebody needs to buy PG&E and bring it into the current, generation, because the technology that they're using is so old and antiquated. And that's why a spark can cause a fire that will destroy a whole community.
Sure, yeah.
So we'll keep you update about this because unfortunately it's not going to go away.
And I'd like to do some more research on what Andy said about building those houses, because that's something that everyone should know about.
Yes, yeah. And as we find out information, we will share it with you. So now something that just tugs at my heart. I think every day, at least once a day, really? Are we really, really still treating people a certain way based upon their ethnic backgrounds, their who they are? And like very recently, I think it started Monday, maybe it was Monday, they started doing, no, it started last week and it rolled over to this week, interviews with Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan. And if you really pay attention to their face when they're talking, you can feel the sadness in their heart. I am just devastated that Harry, as a prince, is almost reliving everything with his mom. Yeah. Because the very people that were chasing his mother
are now doing it to his wife and him as well.
Yes.
And recently, I think it was a few days ago in England, they had a documentary, ITV had the documentary. They went behind the scenes with Duchess Meghan and Harry, and they interviewed them, and they were also talking about the trip they had recently to Africa. But basically, the main reason why they were interviewing them was really behind the scenes on real deep questions on how Duchess Meghan was handling all of this with her recent birth of the baby and coming from America, not from England, not knowing the whole protocol of the royal family, and really she said in the interview that friends of hers that were from England, they were British, not the ones from America, said you don't know what you're getting yourself into.
They're like, he's probably a very they were like, he's probably a very, very nice man, don't do it. You have no idea what the tabloids and the paparazzis are like. And I think now that, she's a mom. And, I always tell people, within a mom is a tigress. Don't mess with her child. And for her and Prince Harry to think about as they travel the world, they can't just go and have a good family time. They are constantly having to be aware of where they are, who's in their surroundings. And I think it is deplorable that the tabloids are trying to put a rift between, Prince Harry and Prince William. I mean...
Yep. And it's surprising because Meghan doesn't really know the extent of how the tabloids work in England. I mean, we do have like paparazzi in the US.
Right.
But being as you're now a royal Meghan, it's completely different.
Yes.
Everything you do and say is being scrutinized.
Yes.
So when you gave birth to your baby, you are no longer, you don't have that privacy anymore.
Right.
You are supposed to do what the tabloid wants you to do, what the royal family wants you to do. And going back to what you're saying with Prince Harry and Prince William, he was just saying that just like any other brother or sister,
siblings, yeah.
we're siblings. Sometimes we get along, sometimes we don't. And
Yeah.
he said at this point they're on different, paths.
Right.
And the tabloid took it to the other extreme and said that they're in turmoil.
Right. And he even said it doesn't matter what happens, at the end of the day, we are brothers.
Right.
I mean, Prince Harry said that. They just dropped that part off. So it's sort of like, this it's like, are you people paying attention?
But I'm really glad that they did this interview, because we can really see what they go through. And I love it because Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan, they're a new generation of the royals.
Right.
And they're not going to let the tabloids do what they did to Princess Diana.
Right.
They're not going to let that happen, and they're nipping it in the bud right now.
Well,
so
I was telling Rosetta, because I'm American, I don't know. However, that is why I am not Queen of England. Because let me tell you something. I would have those tabloids in my castle, and I would say, here's the deal. You leave my family alone, and I will leave your family alone.
I think she needs to. She has every right to do that. I'm pretty sure she can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure what's stopping her, but I'm not really sure if she
Probably
understands.
trying to be politically correct and blah, blah, blah. However, we have seen what happens when we let them just go at it. And we lost a great woman. Please do not let this happen
And
again.
I'm just wondering if the Queen really understands the magnitude of how it's affecting her son and her daughter-in-law.
Yeah.
So I don't really know if she really understands the magnitude.
Yeah.
Until it's too late. But it's just sad.
It's sad.
Very sad.
So we are sending you lots of positive love and support.
We love you, Meghan and Harry, and we stand by you.
Little Archie is the cutest little baby. God, I wish I could get my hands on him. He is so cute. And when he was with Bishop Tutu, oh my God, and he would, I don't know what he said to him, but he threw his little head back and he giggled.
I think it's the energy that flows out of Archbishop Tutu, and the energy with the baby, and they're both like, the energies
it was just so pure.
It really was.
It was so pure,
innocent and pure.
I loved it.
But keep doing what you're doing. We're behind you, Meghan and Prince Harry, and we're going to keep watching. And I would never be able to imagine what it's like to be in your shoes.
No,
but
but we hope that everything's going to turn out perfect.
Yes.
Okay. Now, as you all know, we've been doing a lot of conversations about vaping, and a couple of things. And number one, I just found out that one of the reasons that people are getting sick is that those little vials, I'd say Juul, because Juul is all I know.
Yes. Yeah.
That they're being what do you call it? Counterfeit. So people are using counterfeit, and then they're also using Juul. And there's a young man, his name is Connor Evans, was 21 years old. He was when he was in high school, he was on, it looks like a hockey jersey.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think so, yes.
And he was really, I think he was like he was the team captain. He was doing a phenomenal.
He looked really athletic.
Yes, very athletic. Because in the video they show he's whacking a ball with the stick. So I'm sure that's what it was. And he almost died. I mean, 21 years old and your life is over because you are using a product that you think is safe, that's supposed to be an alternative to cigarettes.
He was hospitalized, and he was in a medically induced coma for 8 days.
Yes.
And he is suing Juul because he said that they didn't have any warning signs on the e-cigarettes. They just said it's a safer alternative to the traditional cigarettes.
Right.
So if you just put that, and at the time that you're buying it, you have not heard of any incidents happening.
Right.
And you see that label, you think, okay, great, I'm going to, it's
Right.
safer than regular cigarettes. There's no harm in doing that. And now
Right.
this is what happens to him.
I also wonder, I don't know if in your travels, but sometimes even when I'm on the road, like we'll stop at a stop sign and it looks like the window cracks and all this smoke comes out. And then they show the children in the classroom and they put the little thing under their shirt and very little smoke comes out.
Right.
So I wonder, is the one where all of the smoke is escaping was not the ones that the people are using thinking that they're being, private. It amazes me when they show the kids in the classroom and the teachers
talking. I
talking.
haven't seen that one with a lot of smoke. I've seen people, doing the vaping. We
Right.
mentioned it before. It just looks like a bigger version of
Yeah,
what do you call those things you put in the computers?
a zip drive.
A stick. A
Yeah.
USB stick. It
USB
looks like a
stick.
bigger version of a USB stick.
Right.
And I've seen them, but I don't see any smoke coming out of them when people are.
Well, no, the
using
smoke
them.
comes out of the ones that are the big chamber.
The big ones.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I've seen people, and when they do that, they inhale, and then they just, all the smoke, it almost encapsulates them. And I'm like, wow, that can't be good, because what you're not ingesting in your lungs, you're getting it through your nose, just being in that environment.
Right. And there's another woman, and I'm going to look for my notes here, because it says that last week Jewel was hit by a wrongful death lawsuit by a mother of the teen who died in his sleep from breathing complications
Wow.
from the result of vaping. So now all of this has come out of the woodworks. All
Yes.
these different, complications and incidents are rising more and more, and Jewel
Yeah.
is getting all these lawsuits hit on them all at once.
And I've noticed that some of the advertising on television, Juul advertising, is like, it was here and it's just going down really fast.
Well, they should, I think, because Jewel is pulling all those ones that are flavored, right? That
Yes.
look like cartoon
Yes,
characters,
and candy flavor.
candy flavors look
Cotton
like
candy.
Yeah,
really.
the packaging looks very similar to like brand name candies. So
Exactly.
I don't know. I just
don't do it.
Just if you're a parent out there, please warn your kids. Talk about it. Have
Yes.
open conversations, because I do that with my son. And my son, he's 15. He'll be 16 next month. And he says in his school there are kids doing vaping,
Yeah.
but they don't do it obviously out in the open. They must go
Right.
to the bathrooms and stuff because there are no
Right.
cameras there.
And if you were
Yeah.
a teacher and you walk in and you smell cotton candy, you're thinking it's lip gloss. You wouldn't even think there's a child in a stall vaping.
Yeah, so please, if you don't know or you're not sure, please talk to your kids about this, because it's very, very serious. It's your life on the line here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And speaking of life on the line, I think it's very interesting. When we were younger, we always got to go outside and play. And it's a very hard road to walk, because our children today are being given homework assignments that requires them to spend time doing research. So what is too much screen time? When is too much too much? How do you as a parent know my child is spending so much time between homework on their computer, on the phone, chat and Instagram and Snapchat and all the other there's this new thing now, TikTok. Everything's TikTok. So how do you know when it's too much? Because let me tell you something. You have to make sure that you are aware of what your child is doing. A friend of mine was just casually making a conversation with me, and she said that her daughters, one of her close friends, she never does anything with them. They're friends because they go to school together. This girl, she goes to school, she goes home, she goes in her room. She never goes outside unless, her daughter goes over and says, come on, you can afford to leave. She's isolated. The bad thing is when your child is isolated like that, if anything goes down, you don't even know anything about it, because it's just your child and whatever they're doing on the device.
On their device, whatever screen device they have. Yeah. Yeah. It's hard because I know personally, because my son is 15, it's hard, like you're saying. They have to use their screen, laptop or their cell phone or whatever they have to do their homework.
Right.
And you don't know whether they're really doing their homework or they're playing a game or what they're doing on their cell phone. It's just too much. I mean, it's great.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Technology is amazing, but it's like sometimes it's a, what do you call it? It's like a curse. It's a blessing and a curse in disguise. That's what you say. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you really, and like your friend said with the daughter, they need to take her out. Even if it's just go and see a movie. Come on, we're going to go to the movies.
Yes.
We're going to go out to dinner. Just take them out. And it's not that easy having a teenager of my own, because I remember as a teenager, and I'm sure you remember this.
Yeah.
What did we do when we wanted to be with friends or just to go out? We didn't have cell phones.
No.
We didn't have laptops. We hung out in the mall.
That's right.
With our friends. That was like the main hangout.
That's
now,
right.
kids, you go to the mall, you don't even see the kids.
No, because they're all behind doors playing, what is that, Fortnite and
Clash Royale.
Yes. And it's like, I don't want your children to dislike us. It's just try and get that cell phone out of their hands a little bit. Get them to enjoy life. You know?
I know it's very hard.
Yes.
It's easier said than done, but you really have to get them involved somehow.
Yes. I remember this movie. I can't remember the name of it, but Sandra Bullock was a software engineer. And all of her transactions with the company was through the mail. She would talk to people. They didn't know what she looked like. And this guy took her away on vacation, tried to kill her. Luckily, she got away. However, when she got back home, her whole life had been assumed by another person, and because no one knew her. And so, like, she would, she would go somewhere and they would say, well, who are you?
I don't know that movie.
Yes, I'll have to get the name of it for you. It's a very interesting movie, and it's all about, and this movie, I mean, this is like in the 90s. This is an older movie.
Right.
And it was just talking about how technology and isolation. And sometimes I wonder, is this isolation causing our children to feel that they have nothing? They're doomed and gloomed. There's nothing they can do. Whereas if they are out and engaging with family and friends, they will see there's lots that they can do, lots of fun. So just be aware, as we're aware with our families and our children, and just keep talking, parents. Just keep those lines of communication open. Keep the lines of communication
open, and try and talk to them about all things that happen in the news. Like we were talking about vaping and stuff.
Yes.
Talk to your child, your daughter, your son about that. Talk to them about alcohol and what it does to you. And don't be closed off and relate to your children, because that's the only way you're going to be able to understand them better.
Absolutely. And we always like to do a little bit of our Wendy Williams.
How you doing?
Wendy is still living her best life. She is doing some great things. And last Thursday, she received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Good for you, Wendy.
She is so cute. And she was like, she goes, it's not about getting a star, because, people get stars. It's about the location. And she was really proud of the location of her star.
Oh, yeah. Where's that location?
She said that she was near, more closer to up and current people. That was the most important thing to her. She didn't say, like, I'm off of, this street or near this corner.
Yeah, because those stars go on, and you see some that's like hidden way off.
Yeah. She was so funny. She goes, I don't want to be I don't want to be in the dead zone. And people were like, because even I was like, huh? And it was like, well, people
there are
who
dead
pass,
zones.
where people, people never go down to look at them.
Right.
So she just said that she's in a good location, and once we hear more, we'll let you know.
Good for you, Wendy. Congratulations.
Yes.
Yay.
Very good. She also did a fall fashion shoe.
Yeah, for shoes. She talked about this year's fashionable shoes.
Yes.
And we will put all the information of the shoes, but the first one she talked about was pretty nice. It's a high boot, and it's all made of rhinestones.
Yes, Steve
It
Madden.
was gorgeous.
Yes.
However, I don't know if I could wear such a thing because it's Steve Madden. It was like $255, I think.
Yes, yes.
But it did look nice.
Yes.
Yes. And then the next one she had was, I think it was crocodile. It was a
Yes.
Western bootie with a pointed toe.
Yes.
And this season, for some reason, there seems to be a lot of like snake skins and
Yes.
crocodile skins
Yes.
in the
Yes.
high length,
Yes.
the boots, you know, the mid length,
Yes.
all different
Yes.
lengths, but in those kind of designs and styles.
Right. Yeah. So that was really good. And, you know, as we all know, Wendy got 2 little kittens, and she's trying not to be known as the cat woman. And her son has even said to her, "Mom, stop posting the cat pictures." And it's so funny because Wendy goes, "They're so cute." So
They're
they are
cute.
so cute. She says that they're becoming more in line with the house. They're learning the house and they're settling down, and I think it's wonderful.
She's just a lady that loves her cat. She's not a cat
Absolutely.
lady. She's
No.
not an old cat lady.
No, she's not that kind of lady, but
You keep doing what you're doing, Wendy.
yeah, she likes the company. And the last thing that Wendy did that I thought was really cute, she was talking and someone in the audience, their phone went off, and she goes, "Is somebody's phone on?" She goes, "Get out, get out." You know,
And I thought she really meant it for a minute.
Yes.
I was like, wow.
Wow. Well, she didn't. However, she used it as a teachable moment, and she said, "You know, the tickets are free. We love having you here. The rule of thumb is that when you come to Wendy, you turn off your
You
phone."
turn off the phone.
Yes.
Yep.
So that, you know, got Rosetta and I talking, and we're like, yes, when you are out and about and it's warranted, like whenever I go to a networking meeting, I always put my
Make sure the phone is on vibrate or
silent. Yes.
Yes, that's
And
just courtesy wherever you go.
yes.
And I was telling Gloria, there's this one off-Broadway actor, and he was doing his what is it? His play.
Yeah, his
And
performance.
someone's cell phone went off in the audience. He went over, grabbed it, and threw it on the ground.
Wow.
And everyone clapped.
Oh wow.
Yeah, everyone
Yes,
was
I would have
applauding
thought
and
people would have
clapping.
been like upset that he
No.
touched his phone.
No, I mean, but I'm thinking like when you go to events, they should either say like leave your phone here or
Right.
somewhere where you can't get to it. But I was watching Good Morning America, and there is a company, maybe, I'm not sure if this is going to happen. They're thinking of when you come into any event, you put your phone on silent or vibrate, and you
Right.
put it in a bag, a little pouch. And when you close it, it locks. So there's no way you can open it, but you can still keep it with you,
Right.
but you cannot open the pouch. The
Until
only
you
way,
put it back?
yes, until you actually go to
Wow.
an area where you're allowed to use your phone.
Wow.
You know, like the cell phone chargers, you put it on
Yes.
this circle, or you
Yes.
put the bag on that circle and it unlocks the pouch. So that's the
That's
only way you're
cool.
allowed, but you're allowed to have that pouch with you. They don't take it away.
Right.
But the only thing is, make sure you put it on vibrate, because if it's not like on vibrate, it's going to be ringing. You're not going to be able to turn that
And
thing.
I know.
off
So
'cause
then
it's
you're going to be
locked.
embarrassed because you're going to have to get up and go, "Excuse me."
Yeah, but I like that idea.
Yeah.
But
That's
I'm just
awesome.
wondering how much it's going to cost them to get everyone those pouches.
Well, you know, maybe not that much. I think it's a great idea.
It
though.
is. It's a great idea. Maybe have another. There you go. Another marketing idea is to have the pouches and put people's names on them. Companies
Yes.
can sponsor those pouches.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It could be a win-win.
Yep.
Well, it has been another wonderful chat session with you all. We are so grateful that you tuned in.
Yes, it was. It was marvelous. I really enjoyed it. And please don't forget again I'm going to remind you again, please subscribe to our channel. Hit that bell button for all the notifications. And we would love for you to comment and to give your feedback on any of the chats we have. Or if you have something we would like to discuss or any topic that you think would be great as a discussion,
Yes.
please comment below.
Yes.
Because we'd love to hear your feedback or how we're doing on the chats.
Absolutely.
Something you like about us, something you want to hear more about, or whatever. Feel
Yes.
free to post it below.
Absolutely.
So thank you again.
Yes.
And remember
To
to always
keep
keep smiling. Bye-bye now. Take care. Toodles.
Bye.
Bye.